Hello students, this video lecture is an initiative taken by Sheikh Vidya Mandir Junior College of Commerce and Science. This video lecture is standard SP students, and today we'll start with a new chapter. The name is Deposits, and we'll see the terms and conditions for accepting deposits. Terms and conditions that company has to follow in accepting deposits. But before that, students, I would like to give a small intro about deposits. Deposits is another important source of finance by which a company can raise capital. Students, these deposits are like the fixed deposits which are accepted by bank. The difference is the fixed deposit facility is given by bank and and public deposits. This facility or this investment option is given by company, but the company has to follow many rules and regulations and terms and conditions. This video will explain a number of terms and conditions related to acceptance of deposits which a company has to follow. So all companies accepting deposits except a banking company, a non-banking finance company, a housing finance company, and such other company as the central government will specify have to comply with the provisions of section 73 to section 76 of Companies Act 2013, Companies Rules 2014, directives issued by Reserve Bank of India regarding accepting of deposits. The above company has to follow the provisions given by these three bodies and amend acts. Section 73 to 76 Companies Act 2013 lays down the provisions which is to be followed by the above companies before accepting deposits. And even Companies Rules 2014, which we have seen in issue of debentures. Reserve Bank of India has also given some directions for acceptance of deposits. Let us see the companies which can collect deposits from members and from public with the help of the following chart. A private company, a public company other than eligible company, and eligible company can accept deposits from members, and the eligible company and a government company can accept deposits from company. A private company can accept deposits from its members or directors or relatives of directors. A public company other than eligible company can accept deposits from its members or directors. Eligible company. These companies can accept deposits from their members and also from the public. Eligible company means a company having net worth of not less than 100 crores. Net worth means addition or sum of total paid up capital, that is equity share, preference share, and reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus like general reserve, debenture redemption reserve, security premium, etc. Or turnover of not less than 500 crores and which has a prior obtained approval of its shareholders through special resolution for accepting public deposits. Following are the terms and conditions for acceptance of deposits. Our first point is amount of deposits. Students, the amounts of deposits for a company depends on the type of company. Firstly, private company. A private company can accept deposits from members or directors or relatives of directors, not more than 100% of its aggregate of paid up share capital and free reserves. That means if company A has a total paid up capital of equity and preference altogether the amount is 5 crore and the free reserves amount is 2 crore, total amount is 7 crore. So a private company cannot accept deposits more than 7 crore rupees. However, certain class of private companies as specified the Companies Act can accept deposits more than 100%, that is in example more than 7 crore of its aggregate of paid up capital and free reserves. Public company, this company cannot accept fresh deposits from members if the amount of deposits together with previous deposits exceeds 25% of the total paid up share capital and free reserves of the company. With the same example, like private company, if the company have a capital of 7 crore rupees, including total share capital and free reserves, so the company can accept deposits for 25% of that 7 crore, and that amount should be less than the previous deposits too. These are the two basic conditions in deciding the amount of deposits for a public company. Eligible company. Now, eligible company can accept deposits from the members and from the public. The terms and conditions related for from the members is that the company cannot accept deposits if the amount of such deposits together with previous deposits exceeds 10% of aggregate of paid up shares capital and free reserves. With the same example of amount, that is 7 crores, if the amount is 7 crore, that is aggregate of paid up shares and free reserves, the company, these eligible company cannot accept more than 10% of 7 crores, and from the public the percentage is 25%, that is 25% of 7 crores. Students, 7 crores I have taken as an example amount of paid up share capital and free reserves. Government company. A government company can accept deposits from public not exceeding 35% of the total paid up share capital and free reserves of the company. Student, we are learning the first point, the amount of deposits. And in learning, we have seen few facts and figures. To remember all these percentages and facts and figures, I have drawn a chart. You can learn this or memorize this by the following chart. Percentage for amount on deposits on acceptance of deposits. We have seen the amount of accepting deposits for private company was 100% or more than 100% of total paid up capital and free reserves of the company. For public company, it was 25% of the paid up capital and free reserves of the company. For eligible company, there were two categories, from the members and from the public. So from the members, the percentage was 10% and from public, it was 25%, not exceeding the paid up share capital and free reserves of the company. And lastly, the government company, the amount of deposits for a government company, and the percentage is 35% of the, 35% paid up share capital and free reserve of the company. And for uh, every percentage, I've taken an example figure of 7 crore as a total paid up capital of a company, total paid up capital and share free reserves, that is 5 crore as equity and preference capital and 2 crore for reserves. Now let us see as a terms and conditions for acceptance of deposit. Period, that is tenure of deposits. No deposits can be accepted or renewed is to be repaid, which is to be repaid within a period of 6 months or more than 36 months. This is the very interesting point of deposits, and this facts is been asked in objective questions a number of times. That is, the minimum acceptance is for 6 months and a maximum acceptance is for 36 months. In certain circumstances, a company may accept deposits repayable earlier than 6 months to meet its short-term needs. Such deposits may have a tenure, that is period, of minimum 3 months, and the amount of such deposits cannot be more than 10% of aggregate of the paid up share capital and free reserves of the company. Under circumstances, on the request of depositor, company makes premature repayment of deposits. That means if the depositor is can ask for his money, company may also renew its deposits with the same terms of issue, and it will be considered as fresh deposits. No demand deposits. Company cannot accept or renew deposit repayable on demand. Students, demand deposits is a type of deposit where the depositor can withdraw or deposit the amount as per his desire, like the savings account in bank. But the deposits which are accepted by companies, they are not repayable on demand. Secured or unsecured deposit. A company can accept secured or unsecured deposit, which should be clearly mentioned in the circular or advertisement inviting deposits. If a company offers secure deposits, it has to create a charge on its tangible assets within 30 days of acceptance of deposits. Like the secured debenture, here the company has to create a charge on its tangible assets for accepting secured deposits. Application form. A company has to provide application form like share application form, debenture application form. It should contain a declaration by the applicant that the deposit he is making is not made out of any money borrowed by him from another person. If you are depositing, for example, if you are depositing 1 lakh rupees in my company, here you have to declare that this 1 lakh rupee is your personal saving. It is not borrowed from any other person and then you have deposit here. Joint names. The terms related to joint names are the company can accept deposit in joint names of depositors, but there should be not more than 3 names. For example, two brothers or brother and sister or husband and wife, etc. Nomination. Every depositor at any time has the right to nominate any person as nominee in the event of death of the depositor. Circular of ad or advertisement. Students, this is the very important point in inviting deposits by the company, and even this point is very big. It has a lot of content to explain, so please pay proper attention. If a company invites deposits from its members, it issues circulars. That will be an internal matter. But if it invites deposit from the public, company has to issue an. Now, contents of circular or advertisement. First, statement about the financial position of the company, like the balance sheet and profit and loss account, that is vertical income statement. The proportion of secured and unsecured deposits of fresh issue. Credit ratings obtained from a rating agency only for eligible company. Now, this condition is only for eligible company. If you remember, we have learned in debentures, in issue of debentures and conditions related to issue of debentures, that every company has to obtain a credit ratings like AA, BB, AB, etc. The ratings decides the potential of the company to repay the amount. So, credit rating is very important for eligible company. Now, details of the scheme, what are the rate of interest, etc. Name of deposit trustees, like the debenture trustees, the company has to appoint or come to an agreement with the deposit trustees. Amount due towards deposit of any previous deposits accepted by the company. If the company is already accepted a deposit, if they have existing deposit holders, if they have existing deposit holders, they have to mention this in the circular or advertisement. Secondly, filing of circular or advertisement with registrar of companies. Now, whatever content you are giving, whatever information you are giving to public in inviting the deposits, and whatever information you are writing in a circular, the copy of the same should be updated to the registrar of companies. Issue of circular or advertisement. Only after 30 days of filing of copy with the registrar, the company has to issue circular or advertisement. That means once the copy has been updated to the registrar, after that, within 30 days of filing, the company has to issue the circular or advertisement. Company can send the circular to the members through registered post and speed post or as a mail or as an email. That is a matter of internal. For inviting the public, that is external matter, company has to publish advertisement in one English newspaper and one vernacular newspaper having a wide circulation in the state where the company's registered office is located. Now we are in Maharashtra, so the company has to publish advertisement in English newspaper and even in regional newspaper, that will be in Hindi or a Marathi. Validity of circular or advertisement. The circular or advertisement is valid for 6 months from the end of financial year in which it was issued. For example, if it is issued in the year 2019-20, then the validity starts from 31st March 2020, that is for 6 months, or the date on which the annual general meeting was held, whichever is earlier. Ninth point, or you can say ninth condition, appointment of deposit trustee. When issuing secured deposit, eligible companies and public companies have to appoint one or more deposit trustees. The trustees protect the interest of the deposits in case of company defaults in repaying the depositors. Company signs a contract between the trustees called as trust deed. It contains the terms and conditions of the contract. The deed has to be signed at least 7 days before issuing the circular or advertisement. The deposit trustee, on its own or on the request of one-tenth depositors, can call a meeting of all depositors when a company defaults in repaying the deposits. Students, the whole explanation is same as debenture trustees. When the company issues debentures, the company has to make a agreement or a contract with the debenture trustees. The same contract is called as trust deed. Likewise, when the public companies or eligible companies, they accept deposits from the depositors, that is the investors, 7 days before issuing circular to them or before inviting to them, the company has to enter into a contract with the deposit trustees. 10th condition, create charge on assets. Whenever company is accepting deposits, that is secured deposits, they have to create a charge on the assets of the company, on the tangible assets, for not less than the amount of deposit accepted. The minimum amount of security should be equal to the amount not covered by deposit insurance. The security is created in favor of deposit trustees. Our next point is deposit insurance. A company needs to take a deposit insurance at least 30 days before the issue of circular or advertisement. If the amount of deposit plus interest on it is up to 20,000, insurance is to be taken. Students, in this condition, the important part is that the company has to take a insurance. of the deposit amount. If the amount is more than 20,000, then every company has to take an insurance, and that insurance should be 30 days before the issue of circular or advertisement. 12th point is obtain credit rating agencies. Every company has to get credit rating of its deposits and include the ratings in the circular or advertisement. The CRA, credit rating agencies, considers the net worth of the company, liquidity position, ability to repay debts on time, etc., and accordingly gives the rating. Rating shall be obtained every year during the tenure of the deposits. Students, the same condition was in debentures, in issuing debentures. Credit rating is very important for every company who are borrowing funds from market from the public. This gives a bright idea about the company's ability to pay or its position, its potential to repay the debt amount. So it is very important for the company to take a ratings from Crystal and Care, a type of credit rating agencies. They have to take the ratings from such companies. Like we rate apps in Play Store, one star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and depending on the ratings we install the app. Likewise, the credit rating agencies, they give ratings to the companies on their abilities, and then they give ratings on the basis of AA, BB, CC, A, B, C, D, and on the ratings, an investor can decide whether to invest in such company. Yes. Open deposit repayment reserve account. Every company accepting deposits has to open in a scheduled account a deposit repayment reserve account. Every year on or before 30th April, company has to deposit not less than 15% of the amount of deposits maturing during the current year and following financial year. This account can be used only for repaying deposit. Scheduled Bank, which was included in second schedule of RBI Act 1932, this bank satisfies certain criteria laid down by RBI and enjoy certain facilities of RBI. Scheduled banks are SBI Bank, Bank of India, Dena Bank, etc. Our 14th condition is deposit receipt. Company has to issue deposit receipt to the depositors within 21 days from the date of receipt of money or realization of check. This deposit receipt is an important acknowledgement. This receipt has to be signed by the officer duly authorized by the board of directors. The receipt contains the name and address of the depositor, amount of deposit, rate of interest payable, and date on which it is repayable. Fifth condition, register of deposits. Like you have a student's register, they have to maintain a separate register for deposits accepted or renewed at its registered office. The details of the deposit along with the details of the depositors should be entered in the register of deposits within 7 days from the date of issue of deposit receipt. The 16th condition is return of deposits. A return of deposits, a company has to file on or before 30th June every year with the registrar of companies a return of deposit. The return gives details of deposits with the company as on 31st March of that year. Every company must file or furnish information about the deposits and outstanding receipt of loan or money other than deposits. The central government, in consultation with the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, has made compulsory for a company to file a returns of deposit with the registrar of companies. 17th point. The interest. The maximum rate of interest on deposits depends upon the guidelines given by RBI. From time to time, in case of premature repayment of deposits, that is matured before the due date or before the redemption date, company can deduct 1% interest from the rate of interest stated at the time of acceptance of deposits. For deposit matured and claimed but remains unpaid by the company has to pay a panel rate of interest at the rate 18% for the overdue period. That means if the company fails to pay the amount back or interest back, then the company will be charged as a penalty interest at the rate 18%. Our 18th point is right to alter the terms and conditions. A company cannot either directly or indirectly alter the terms and conditions of the deposit. Deposit trust deed and deposit insurance contract, once the circular or advertisement is issued uh, and the deposits are accepted by the company. So it is actually, it cannot be altered. Disclosure in financial statements. A company has to disclose in its financial statement by the way of notes that the money received from directors or the relatives or relatives in case of private company. That means in their financial statements like balance sheet, it can be a vertical balance sheet or a horizontal balance sheet. Company usually creates vertical balance sheet. They have to show the amount received from directors or relatives of directors by stating a note if the amount is received as deposit amount from them. 20th condition. As the Companies Act, an officer of the company who is in default for contraventions of the provisions of the act, that means if the act is if the provisions are not followed, is punishable for fraud. The Maharashtra government has passed Maharashtra Protection of Interest of Depositors Act 1999 to protect the interest of depositors. Companies in Maharashtra will be punished for contravening the provisions of Act also.